Bitter man today over here.
Little bit bitter today. Starting with a pen flip, Mr. Barkley.
Bitter
Dave
man.
Coe versus Dustin, but I am doing all right in all my leagues except for one. All right, let's start with a quick tip. If it's panic time, if you're doing terrible in a league, what should you do? We talked about if it's panic time. What is that, Dustin?
Such an angry man over here. So here's the thing. If you're 1-4 or the dreaded 0-5 at this point, yes, it is time to panic. And when we say panic, we mean shake things up, go down punching, don't go down swinging. Don't be that team that's just in complete denial. Say, oh, they're just off to a slow start. They're going to get things going.
Torrey Smith's going to get it going.
Hey, Andre Johnson, this is his week. It's go down swinging, look at your team. Guys like Calvin Johnson who are off to a slow start but do still have trade value. Or, you might have guys that are playing really well or outperforming, like a Golden Tate or something like that. Like guys that people might get excited about right now. Or maybe you have Peyton Manning and the rest of your team sucks. You have to look at your team and trade away the piece that someone else is going to get excited about and bring some pieces in that can help you win right now. Look at matchups for this week. It's all about this week, maybe even a little bit next week. You need to win right now and try to get some trades done.
Somebody will overpay for Peyton Manning. Get like 3 solid pieces back, 2 that help you now, 1 that's a little more long-term. All right, Dustin, ask me a form question.
Form question. First one comes from Leatherheads. They want you to pick 2. Andre Williams at Philly, Zach Stacy versus 49ers, Bishop Sankey versus Jacksonville.
Got to go Williams. Jennings are hurt. Love the matchup. I know they give up a lot more in the air in Philadelphia, but him getting all the touches I actually love. And personally, I think he's as good, if not a little bit of a better runner than Jennings. So he's locked in as a top. I think I got him at number 11 ranked this week. I love him. Love the matchup. So Williams is locked in. Oh, God, I want to say Sankey so bad.
Do it. Say it.
But
Say it.
you know what? I'm going to go Sankey.
There you go.
He's my deep sleeper. I'll talk more about it why we'll get into that. But that's just, he's playing Jacksonville. That should be reason enough. Zach Stacy's banged up. Cunningham might eat into his carries. It's Monday night, so that also scares me a little bit. All right, Dustin. You of Miss M. Chris wants to know, can you drop Adrian Peterson already? Come on.
I think this depends on where you are in the standings and if him being on your bench is hurting you from potentially winning at all. If it is and you need to win now, go ahead and drop him and just cross your fingers that you made the right decision. But in a lot of cases, I think you probably do just have to give him just a little bit more time just because we don't know for sure yet. December...
It could be week 12, 13, 14. It's in that range. If he gets acquitted... There's a lot of question marks, man.
If you're up towards the top of the rankings, do everything you can.
You're in panic mode. Is it okay to cut him?
It is, but I would try to trade
him to the team that's in first.
Maybe the team in first just picked up Sanu.
There you go. A little swap.
Just see if you can get a guy that can help you this week. So Tony, 12-10, quarterback question, Jay Cutler at Atlanta, Colin Kaepernick at St. Louis. Who you going with?
To me, this isn't even really close. I got Jay Cutler. He's been playing great all year. Always throwing for a couple touchdowns. He's ran a couple in, I believe, in this year, at least one. Atlanta's defense is awful. I expect him to throw the ball quite a bit, find the end zone, and bonus, Brandon Marshall owners, he's finally going to have a good game. I know it's been a little rough as of late. He finds the end zone this week.
The week.
And Jay Cutler throws him the ball. All right, let's get into studs, and sleepers, and Dustin will be handling Mike's portion of the segment, so therefore he gets to go first. So go ahead. First of all, is he on your list?
It's dud, sleeper, and deep sleeper.
Whatever that is. How much do you love Brandon Oliver, though? Giving him love like 3 weeks ago?
I do like Brandon Oliver.
How did he not make your list? Is beyond me.
Well, I'm just as excited about my other sleeper.
All right, go.
But my dud is going to be Ronnie Hillman. He got picked up in a lot of leagues, and he should have been picked up in a lot of leagues. He looks to be next in line for the Broncos, but I don't think it's a lock that he gets. I think it's a lock probably that he gets the majority, but I don't think it's a lock that he gets an overwhelming majority of the carries. And he's going against a tough defense with the Jets. And I do love Oliver, but I do also love Sanu this week. Sanu's been solid even with the healthy-ish A.J. Green. And if A.J. misses, the Bengals are still going to throw the ball a decent amount. Sanu's an exciting player.
Yeah, the A.J. news is scary.
It is scary. And then my deep sleeper is George Wynn for the Lions.
George Wynn. Welcome to Fantasy Relevance.
There you go.
He never thought he would be fantasy relevant, guaranteed. Even George's mom didn't think that.
Probably.
Sorry, Miss Wynn.
But with Bell banged up and Bush banged up, even if one of those two plays, I still think Wynn factors in a little bit. You got to pay attention to the injury stuff, but he's a guy that, in a lot of my leagues, I dropped my kicker, picked him up, and I'm gonna see
See
what happens with the
love that
injury
move.
stuff, and then one of those two plays I drop him and pick a kicker back up.
Yep, always a great move. Or the 2-for-1 old consolidation.
Yeah.
Love the move. All right, my bust is going to be Lamar Miller versus the Packers. And here's why. I think Noshawn comes back. I think Noshawn plays. I think Noshawn gets the majority of the touches. There is no way the Dolphins are going to say what is going to happen, because that would be dumb for them to do that, because then the Packers would hear. So it's tough. So he's going to be my bust. I say just temper your expectations with Lamar Miller, because I truly believe Noshawn is going to be the lead dog since he is going to be playing this week, or it looks like it. My sleeper, I already talked about him, Andre Williams. Love him. Great sleeper. Great matchup. Got him as a top 12 play this week. He's going to find the end zone as well. Deep sleeper, Bishop Sankey, and he's playing Jacksonville. Here's why it's my deep sleeper. Last week in the forums, people were nuts saying, should I start him over McCoy? Should I start him over Frank Gore? I got 2 McCoys, like 3 Frank Gores, and I was like, no, that's crazy. You can't do that yet. So this weekend, nobody's going to ask about him. Guaranteed. Everyone's benching him. They're playing Jacksonville, soft run defense. This is the week he gets the touches. I bet he blows up. Just got him as a deep sleeper on the radar. I'm starting him in 1 league. I'm rolling the dice again. So that's it.
I like it. All right,
He's your boy.
let's move into Mike's picks. His stud's going to be Cam Newton going up against the Bengals. It's not the best matchup for him, and they're still just keeping him in the pocket, and it's really hurting his fantasy value, so he's not feeling that Newton's going to break out this week. His sleeper's Justin Hunter going up against that weak Jacksonville team. Hunter was one of the big kind of preseason hype guys, and he hasn't really done much until last week, but he was out on the field a ton. Another good matchup. He could have a decent week. And his deep sleeper is Storm Johnson. This is a guy that's interesting.
The name's just awesome.
It's an awesome name, and it's just Toby Gerhart. Watch our bus video if you want to see what we think about him. But Storm Johnson's got a legitimate chance here. I picked him up in a couple of leagues. I'm just stashing him just to see what happens. He doesn't have. It's scary. It's scary starting him this week.
Well,
but
yeah.
But
Gerhardt's touches went from like 30 to 20 to 15 to 10.
Yeah.
They're just giving him less and less and less because he's terrible.
Yeah. If you're desperate, 12, 14 team league, you got bye week issues, he could be solid. You got any questions, post them in the forums. That wasn't bad.
Dang good throw. Shout out to Caleb from your hometown in... What was your hometown?
Lovettsville?
Yes. That is right. Good job.
Oh.